What's up, folks? This is Crypto with James talking to you today about Akash Network. I had a really good run in the bull cycle and has capitulated massively since. But I want to take a look at it and see if there's still potential. Before I do, I update the spreadsheet. So these are the first 26 coins I spoke about on the channel. If you had invested $100 into each of these and cashed out at the all-time highs of this previous cycle, you would have been in profit for £123,000 or pounds, dollars, whatever. If you were still holding all that crypto, though, you'd only be in profit for 8.5K. That's the difference between cashing out during a bull cycle and a bear cycle. If you guys want to see the coins that I'm buying up right now in the bear cycle, the ones that I believe can do the 20x's, 40x's, 50x's, 100x's, then come check out Copy My Crypto. That's where I share everything I'm doing. Right now, I've bought up a couple coins recently. I've got open buy orders. I'm planning on dollar cost averaging into some seriously good cryptos over the course of this bear cycle, because whether it's the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones Industrial Average, whether it's crypto, investing during a bear cycle or a recession is the best way you can ever invest. So if you want to see what I'm doing, just click the link in the description and check it out. Right, Akash. Hell of a fall from grace. So Akash was at one point above $7. It was around $7.50. It's now at 23 cents. It's an enormous capitulation. Absolutely enormous. Now, current market cap is $26.7 million dollars. Now, Akash is one that I liked. I never actually, it's not one I invested in or anything, but it was one that I liked at the time. It's the world's first decentralized cloud computing marketplace and the cloud for DeFi. So before I get into some of that, let's just have a look. So their vision is they want to be known as the Airbnb for cloud computing. They provide fast, efficient, and low-cost application deployment solutions. Developers leveraging Akash's platform can access cloud computing at up to 3 times less than the cost of centralized networks like Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, etc. And Akash Network leverages 85% of underutilized cloud capacity in 8.4 million global data centers. They're efficient, they're fast, they're flexible, and there's definitely a price advantage. Now, let's be clear, there are a number of different cloud computing solutions out there. Storage is one, Siacoin is one, Akash is one. Akash, the team is pretty damn good. And it's quite a big bloody team given current size of current market cap, let's say. And they've got some really good advisors as well. They've got advisors from SafeGraph, advisors from BitGo, former lead architects at Blockfolio. The generally good CEO of Carver. So good, strong advisors. And the token itself, fuels the entire ecosystem. So the token's utility is to power the ecosystem. And there's a few benefits of obviously having it. You get incentivized because I think it's about 19%, I want to say, for staking. And one thing that really intrigues me as a concept, I'm not sure how this will work, but once the network achieves more significant gross merchandise value, rewards will comprise inflationary rewards and include a share of the total network spend that users pay. So there is actually a legit benefit for holding or staking Akash. And you can buy it in a few key places, but not Binance or Coinbase. Now, Akash, to be fair, their GitHub is active. There's literally like an update only 16 odd minutes ago. And, in April, they unlocked persistent storage through their new upgrade. So that's a big milestone because obviously they launched the network in March. And they were pointing out, look, they're excited to deliver an upgrade that demonstrates the capability of Akash Network to support centralized cloud infrastructure, and accelerate Web3. And persistent storage on Akash allows data to remain available through the lifetime of its lease. A deployment could drop, reinitialize, and move within a provider while retaining access to data stored. So the provider allocates a volume on the host that is mounted within the deployment. So again, I'm not gonna oversell this, because Siacoin, storage, both are cloud computing. But they've got a solid plan in action. They've also got a very clear roadmap in terms of their partners. There's a decent amount. They've got 6x7 networks: Orion VM, Simply VC, Equinix Metal as well. The technology partners are obviously Tendermint and Cosmos and Coil. They've also got Solana and Carver and Interchain, Chainlink and Polyverse and Sovereign. And their capital partners are pretty damn big as well. Not the biggest, but they are decent sized. So there is a decent amount to like on Akash. Not getting ahead of myself or anything, but I think there's potential here. One thing that I do believe is that cloud computing and decentralized cloud storage is going to be something that grows immensely, because developers are going to need to have additional storage capacity. And when it's so minimal in terms of cost, there's a real positive there. So when we look at what they've got set up, GPU marketplaces on the Akash network is one. And they've also got deployment GUIs, so reducing the time for deployment and debug. And then we've also got incentivized auditors. But what I'm looking ahead at is what they want to get done, which is provider management dashboard, so showing the visibility on the health of Akash, and providing tools for the moderation of content. And the overlay network, which is going to allow new use cases for workload requirements. So again, real positive. The sovereign Docker registry, I understand personally it's not a huge draw, but I do understand why people would like that. So they've got a real plan in action. They've got a plan that they're working towards. There's a few things that would be of concern to me. First of all, general holders are minimal. I mean, across Polygon, it's 424 people. Across Ethereum's network, it's only 22 people. The one thing I can't establish on Cosmos is how many holders there are. We've got a community pool of 2 million. There's a lot of transactions that are going on. But I'm not seeing any specific evidence of number of holders, and I've played around with this for a fucking while now, so it's getting irritating. And I think the future is actually pretty damn good for Akash. I know it had a real pump, and I know part and parcel of that was it was getting covered a lot on YouTube, as this person comments here. But that real run that it had up to that sort of $7.30 odd mark, $7.50 odd mark, was pretty spectacular. The query really is do they keep building, do they keep developing? And I'd reserve judgment in terms of the amount of, if I would get in on this. I think the actual the project is quality. I think they're working towards something very clearly. Cloud storage is going to be a sector that grows in blockchain significantly over the course of the next sort of 5 to 10 years, because developers need that additional storage capacity. Having a marketplace to do that is actually a very sensible tool. I like it. I'm not sure I would jump in on this necessarily, because the holders are to some degree red flags. because I would have expected we would be in the several thousand minimum. Although, again, I can't confirm shit on the Cosmos blockchain, which is frustrating. But with the roadmap, with the upgrades that they've done, I think there's potential. But what I would say is the price is still going to drop here. I'm expecting that we might see a Bitcoin bounce across the next couple of weeks, and we'll see a sort of 20% move or so. So overall, we will see altcoins rise. I don't think we're done with the lows of this market yet. I think there's a lot of depth this can still go. And if Bitcoin dumps down to, let's say, 15K, you would expect altcoins to drop 40 to 50% minimum. And the smaller the altcoin, the market cap of the altcoin, generally the greater percentage drop it experiences. I wouldn't be surprised to see this hover around 10 cents, possibly less, possibly 5 cents during this bear cycle. And as a speculative investment, might not be bad. Might not be bad, because I still think they've got the potential to rally. Because, as I said, I firmly believe cloud storage is going to be a real significant growth sector. But I think there's way better entry points to be had. Between 5 and 10 cents, I think, is very achievable as the bear cycle continues for an extended period of time. I don't think it's going to hit $7 again, but could certainly hit, $2, $3 in the next cycle, particularly when that run starts on different areas. So DeFi has a run, Akash will probably have a run. If cloud storage solutions have a run, Akash will have a run. So I could still see it running back up to $2-3 in the next bull cycle. But if I was going to take a punt on this, I'd be looking at entry points between 5 and 10 cents, personally. I do think it's good. I just think the amount of holders that have left is so high. There's a chance that this goes under the radar too much to the point that it doesn't kick on. But right now, the team seem to be building. They've got a very clear roadmap. But I don't think I'd be looking at entry points above 10 cents, personally. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What do you think of Akash? What do you think of cloud storage? Do you think there's potential for cloud storage, particularly with developers? Because that's where I see the real potential. I don't think someone that uses Amazon Web Services or Apple's cloud are going to come and use crypto solutions, but I do think developers would. So let me know in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. That's always good. Subscribe to the channel, it really helps. And hit the bell notification so you know when new content's coming out. And guys, if you want to see the coins I'm buying up during the bear cycle, the ones that I think can have the 40x's, the 50x's, the 100x gains, there's real significant runs that can change your life, and come check out Copy My Crypto. I said Phantom would do 100x. It did a 677x. Did a whole Udemy course about it. And the moment I spot one that I believe can do the sort of move that I expected with Phantom, I'm obviously going to be jumping in on it. I'll be letting my members know. So if you want to be a part of it, click the link in the description and check it out. That's it from me, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.